Welcome to Positivity by Choice, achieving positivity by actionable, positive life choices. To be positive, don't just think positive, do positive. Today's positive choice: the art of compromise. Let's discuss 8 inspiring quotes. Compromise. Settlement of a dispute by mutual concession, with each side giving up some demands or revising their opinion. On Monday, you heard what I had to say on the subject. Today, let's hear from some different voices. Let's tap into the wisdom of others. Compromise is usually a sign of weakness or an admission of defeat. Strong men don't compromise, it is said, and principles should never be compromised. That was Andrew Carnegie, and there are many similar quotes out there. But did you pick up the weasel words in there? The weasel word, the word that sucks the meaning out of the rest of the statement, just as weasels supposedly suck the contents out of an egg while leaving the shell intact. A weasel word is an evasion designed to dodge a forthright declaration. Carnegie's weasel words were usually and it is said. Usually, meaning there are exceptions when it's in his best interest to compromise. Translation: compromise is a sign of weakness, except when I decide to do it, and then it's fine. Strong men don't compromise, it is said. Translation: other people say it, but not me, because I know that sometimes it serves my interests to compromise. We could go on, but you get my point. Plenty of people speak vehemently against the idea of compromise, but when it proves to be in their best interests, suddenly they rationalize and obfuscate and deny that they're doing it, but they compromise. Think, for example, of any blustering politician you care to mention. For all their tough talk, did they get 100% of everything they wanted 100% of the time throughout their political career? Yeah, right. If they claim they did, well, that's about as believable as your buddy who claims they always come home from Vegas a big winner. Too many politicians believe that compromise means capitulation. Immanuel Cleaver. Or perhaps it's more the fear of being perceived as having capitulated. What a shame! Effectiveness disparaged as weakness. Shouldn't we give credit to people who actually get things done? Or are we happier being represented by ineffective blowhards who obdurate pig-headedness achieves nothing? Conciliation is not capitulation, nor is compromise equivalent to imbalanced concession. Jalal Talabani. It's been said that compromise is beneath the dignity of a statesman. I vehemently disagree. Compromise is not beneath the dignity of a statesperson, it is the mark of a statesperson. Compromise is not about losing, it is about deciding that the other person has just as much right to be happy with the end result as you do. Donna Martin. I do agree with Carnegie's last phrase though. Principles should never be compromised. But you need to draw a distinction between desires, opinions, and principles. There are things that are okay to compromise. There are things that are not okay to compromise. Life is about learning the difference. Katrina Meyer. In other words, never compromise your core principles, but make a spirit of compromise one of your core principles. That doesn't mean compromise is fun. It would be nice, wouldn't it, to get it all our way? Nice, but utterly unrealistic. Delusional. Sometimes compromise is painful. Madeline Kunin. But that's life. Anyone who thinks they're special and entitled to get their way every time needs to grow up. Children refuse to compromise. Adults learn how. Madeline Kunin. Compromise is the work of mature people. Rita Mae Brown. So the choice is yours. Effective doer or ineffective blowhard. I know which one I'm going to choose. I'm going to get things done. I'm not laboring under the arrogant delusion that I get to have everything my way. but I will get some of what I want rather than getting nothing at all accomplished. When the situation is right, and it's the wise thing to do, I won't hesitate to choose compromise. We'll finish with a repeat of the exercises we did earlier this week. Today, plan to settle a business, workplace, or personal dispute. Summarize and clarify the specific issue in 3 sentences or fewer. Then put item 1 from the list above in writing. In 3 sentences or fewer, how important is this issue? What are the consequences of no deal? Tomorrow, do step 2. Put yourself in their position. Think about the issue from their side. The following day, have the conversation with the other person. Go through the remaining steps on the list and seek a compromise. That's all for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked what you heard, if you know 2 people who need some positivity today, please share this video with them, or the podcast or website Positivity by Choice. Let's build a community of people who don't just think positive, but do positive. I'll see you again on Monday when we take up a new positive choice celebration. Check out positivitybychoice.com. Discover 100 actionable, positive life choices for a better you and a better world.